So I'm Yuri, 30 years old, and I own a recruitment business. I'm also a digital nomad, so I travel around the world and work remotely from different places while running my business.
That's great. I think many people would love to do that more. And so where were you at with your finances before coming here, and what made you join this financial coaching program?
Well, I always wanted to invest, but never really took that step. So in the end, like my cash was only like piling up into my bank accounts and not doing anything. So basically just burning with inflation. And then you just think like, yeah, like it's gonna be easy to manage. It's not gonna be an issue. But then you start to realize that I wasn't tracking also any spendings. I had no structure in my investments, second guessing all my financial decisions. So I needed to do something about it. And then by accident, I just met you on a meetup, started to have a conversation. It's like that's exactly what I need right now.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, right, it's this thing of like you have to get started, but you don't know where to start, right? And
Yeah, everyone says you
yeah,
have to invest. It's good, but you're like, yeah, I should figure it out. I should put some time in it. But as a
yeah.
businessman, I'm busy. I'm always like busy on making money, but not using it in the end.
Yeah, 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 I get it. And that grows in your mind, right? About like, okay, what am I
Exactly.
doing with it, right? And hopefully, I mean, did you realize when it came to investing how much it was about, not just buying things randomly? Um, what did you get out through the process of learning about investing? What kind of myths did it break for you when you started to actually get involved in the program?
Well, it's not like it's just like people think like, oh, you go to like a broker, you click buy, and you have the stock, like you do with crypto, for example. Like the stock market still works different than the crypto market, for example, in that way.
Yeah,
Um, so you don't also, it's also not about just the investment, but apparently also like a big part I didn't know that was also in the course, like a mindset thing, a budgeting, or what money needs to be allocated to what goals, how much of your money should you invest and how much should you keep for your other goals. Because
yeah,
also it's the mindset of you're a bit afraid of losing your money investing. So with the
yes,
mindset, you also teach that you only invest the money you actually can lose and don't
exactly.
worry about it as much. So that was a big one. So
That's
understanding also your net worth, your goal, and your risk
yeah.
also, how much risk you want to take. And that makes it also very much easier to stay consistent with the investing.
100%, 100%. And so if you had to say, what was your favorite module or part of the program?
Basically, that part, like the
Yeah.
financial goal setting and the allocation of where what money goes,
Yeah, I
what
think that's a
money
big
should be
one.
used for what. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think at our age we have these goals, but maybe we don't have a complex life structure yet. So we really need that guidance as to where to put that money in the short term, right? And,
Yeah.
and in the medium term. And
Yeah.
so what are some of the wins that we accomplished together? Can you tell everyone that's listening what things you accomplished through the program?
I think a big one was also the budgeting, because these days you just tap your card and you pay for stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and money comes in, comes out, but you have like in the end no idea where your money is actually going. So it was good like every month to actually like write down all your spendings to also see where your money is going, and where you also know like honestly, if I would have saved those 500 euros on restaurants in 20 years, this would have brought me this much investments. So that kind of like also changes your mindset about how you spend money.
Completely. And I think that clarity really makes you stay consistent, right? Because all of a
Yes.
sudden now, when we talk even after the program and you tell me about the things you're spending on, I can see that you're much more mindful about what can go towards your future, right?
Mhm.
And I know obviously when we work together, you managed to set up your 12-month emergency fund. Again, it's
Yes.
not money you didn't have, but I think you repurposed it and you parked it aside, right?
Yes,
So it
because now
kind of gave you a structure.
you know you have 12 months, you're gonna be fine. So that makes it also easier and more freeing to invest the rest.
Exactly, exactly. And I think through understanding your goals, you've understood, like you said, you developed your own thought process about your risk appetite. your assets allocation. You were able to really decide for yourself, okay, how much can I allocate to stocks versus bonds for my core
Exactly.
portfolio? And you built one, which is, I think, the most amazing thing that can happen as well, right? So, Yudi, if someone is to consider joining this program but isn't sure yet, they've only ever seen an advisor, right? And not, for example, a financial coach. What would you
Mhm.
say to encourage them?
Well, that if you're making good money, I would suggest to definitely do it because in the end, it's gonna make you way more money than what you would pay for the course, for example.
Yeah, yeah,
So you really get like the structure to 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 make money and to keep your money as well and to make more in the end. And I don't think, and also like it's those smaller things as well that often people don't realize. Also with
yeah,
investing, for example, if you invest in the wrong stock, you're gonna pay American tax, for example. Like stupid
exactly,
little mistakes like that can cost you maybe 100,000 in the long run. And I never knew
exactly.
that before. So it's like those small things that can make actually a huge impact. Especially if you make good money, then it's a no-brainer, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that that's the main difference between, using an advisor. I think many, even yourself, we all think we need an advisor to think for ourselves, but I think through guiding you to the information that you needed, you were able to see, right, for yourself, like the differences
Exactly. Yeah.
between what
Uh-huh.
exchange to use, what a broker was, what an
Yeah.
exchange was, and how to craft this for yourself, right? Without anyone earning any commissions or selling you any products. And so would you say you've saved yourselves years of trial and error, lost compound interest, confusion, mistakes? Do you feel like it's giving you that time back and that money back?
Definitely, yes. And also,
Yeah,
honestly, I think the time I would have spent to learn it myself would have cost me also more in the end.
exactly, exactly. So final question, I guess, how would you describe the program in like one sentence or two sentences to a friend or colleague or someone that's looking to take action but is stuck?
Well, let me think about it. Um, um, well, it's basically like having like a personal trainer for your finances, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. That's great. Well, thanks, Yuri. This has been such a great engagement that we've had together, and I think, yeah, you've come out with so much good stuff.